What's going on, guys?
Oh, there, we on video?
Yeah, we're on video. I cannot believe we agreed to do this.
This is so... I could cry.
I'm already regretting it.
We've come so far.
Truly.
We've come so far.
Truly.
Thank you to all our listeners and supporters
and
that
our
brought
sponsors.
us this far. We are halfway through our season.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually crazy.
Isn't that crazy? We only have 5 more episodes to go.
I know. Mid-season, baby.
But no, we hope you've been enjoying season 1 so far.
Mm-hmm. So thank you to everyone who's been giving us feedback, and who's been loving the content.
Yay!
We're just trying to be as real and raw as possible.
And hopefully when we post this on TikTok, we'll blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I see those podcasters on TikTok, and their views are through the roof.
I know.
Through the roof.
I know. So
I feel
trying to be like that.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to be like that.
But I feel like we could do it.
Yeah,
But
totally.
anyways, it's so nice for you guys to see our faces.
Welcome.
Finally. We've been told that we have funny facial expressions, so I don't know if people are laughing at us or with us, but either
Doesn't
or,
matter.
if you're laughing, we've done our job.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Speaking of TikTok, I freaking love that app, dude.
Dude, I'm obsessed.
And I don't care what anybody has to say.
Yeah.
If you're still hating on TikTok and we're like fully in the pandemic already.
Yeah. You're not with the times. You're not with the times.
Yeah. If you're still hating on TikTok, you have not fully indulged in the app because it is like top-notch comedy.
That's like quality content right there.
It
like,
is so funny.
It's so funny. And I love how fast it goes.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're not on TikTok for like one weekend, you're already late.
You miss the trend.
Yeah. And speaking of missing trends, you know who also misses trends? People who find TikToks on Twitter. Because my boyfriend will literally send me videos like on Twitter.
I've already seen this. Oh
yeah,
my God,
and then I'm like,
too.
it's one of those ones where it's like someone tells a joke and you already heard it, but you have to pretend to laugh. Like
mine too. Or when those accounts posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
When they like.
It's like they're still on like didn't even, and I'm like, no, I know.
No, but it is so, the comment section is probably
that's where it is though. If you're really a TikToker, you know the comment section. Like it's just one of those TikToks where it's like
I literally die at the comments. Some of the comments are just so funny, and when the actual video is funny, like people will leave comments like, I can't believe this app is free. And I'm like,
literally,
me too, I cannot
facts.
believe this
or
comedy is free.
It's just those ones where it's like you see a TikTok and it's just mediocre.
Yeah.
It's just like, but it has so many likes. So you know the comment section is what's popping.
It is so funny. Oh
That's
my
so
gosh.
true.
I freaking love TikTok. We have to get on our TikTok game.
I know.
We're not dancers though. Well, I'm not. Mercedes and her sister are really good.
So if you want to, no, please.
They're really good at dancing.
No.
Yeah, you are.
My sister's really good though. It comes naturally for her. I just really feel like that mom that just tries to keep up with the times. What move was I trying to do? I don't know. She was trying to teach me
the
one.
dolphin.
Which one?
The dolphin.
The dolphin move? No. There was one that I can't do it, and it's just so embarrassing. I'm always, when it comes to the dancing ones, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Most of the TikTok dances are with your hands and your arms, so I sometimes forget to move my legs and it looks so stupid.
Exactly. My sister gets mad at me all the time. She'll be like, come learn it with me, and then I just hear it's like, and I'm like, I can't do that. Like, you hit it reverse. I can't do that.
Mercedes is TikTok famous, actually.
I'm not.
She has a million views. Okay,
firstly,
a million views.
Let's clear it up because I feel like I exploited it too much. The video wasn't even of me. The video was of my friend.
She's not even in the video.
I'm not even in the video. All I say is in my deepest voice, yo, your shirt's backwards. And I was like, and everyone's dying, but because, okay, so I'm not TikTok famous. My friend is TikTok famous.
Funny.
It's just, it was on my account.
But still.
She's actually TikTok famous. Her and her man.
No, stop. Stop it, please.
Eileen and Devin.
Anoka gets so mad when people say that. He's like, I knew people were gonna say that.
Bro, because if you're a Filipino girl and like a brown guy, you're that couple.
No, but they're
Canadian. Hey, she goes, babe,
honestly,
babe, come here. He goes, hi, honey. Yes. Oh, my baby.
honestly, they're not my favorite. Yeah,
I used to like them. I'm not gonna lie. I used to
they're
like
not
them.
my favorite.
I used to like them, and then it just got too cringe. I think it was when she got the blue hair. Okay, bye.
So we are back to talk about. Okay, so to piggyback off of last episode.
Yeah. So last episode, you mentioned how a red flag for you was someone who said, "I love you" too fast, like a month into talking.
Come on, that's scary, right? Like, that's a little scary.
But I think I've done that before, so I can't.
Okay, but regardless if you said it, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. No. Okay, that's true.
It's scary.
Like,
right?
it's scary to think that someone with who doesn't know someone that well would be able to say that so quick.
Yeah.
On a time span, like, perspective. Yeah. However, I do think it matters what happens within that time, right? Like, you could know someone for 5 months and know you can know someone for 5 months and know more about them than someone that you knew for 5 years. Right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Honestly, and I was being kind of generous on the last episode when I said a guy told me, like, a month in. Like, guys have told me, like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in. And I'm like, dude, like, what?
That's pretty.
But we're going to be talking about relationship first.
Ooh, okay.
So let's start off with that one. When do you think it is appropriate time to tell your significant other, if it's not 1 month in, when is it to tell them that you love them for the very first time?
Okay, if we're gonna give a solid, like, time period, I would honestly say, like, 5 months. I feel like you should know by 5 months.
5 months after you've, because this is
yeah, true. Okay, so 5 months. 5 months after being, let's say, official. Okay. Like, by 5 months into a relationship, you don't know whether you love that person yet. Yeah. You better think. For me, personally, that's kind of like,
Have you ever said I love you back just because the other person has told you they love you back, but you don't really, like, feel it?
I think I have in high school.
Yeah.
Right? Where it was just like, and it's just such an awkward situation.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever said it like when I was older.
My high school boyfriend. I think we were like in grade 11 or grade 12 or something. I was making such a huge fuss. I was like, oh my God, we've been dating for 3 months and he hasn't told me he loved me yet. And I would tell, and I was that sneaky bitch when I wouldn't bring it to him, but I tell all his friends, so all his friends knew.
Oh my gosh.
And so and so they all got him to tell me.
Stop.
And so they were literally waiting. So the way my school looked was like the cafeteria doors were like at the front, but then in front of the cafeteria doors were like 2 stairs going up.
Okay.
So all his friends or all the guys were watching us at the front of the cafeteria while we were on the stairs.
Ew.
And he told me he loved me because I was making a fuss and we were.
She was like waiting for it. She's like, yes.
And
what do you have to say? Oh my gosh.
Anyways, yeah, no, I think that's a good timeline. Like,
would you say 5 months? Okay.
Honestly, anything that's not 1 month.
Anything after 1 week. Yeah, no, that's.
Because, like, love is a choice. Like, it's not just a feeling, it's a choice you make.
True.
So it's like, how can you choose to love somebody if you haven't been through?
True.
That's true. The most of them.
That's true. And I think what matters within that time is emotional investment.
Yes.
Right? And vulnerability and transparency.
Yeah.
Right? Like, someone can sweet talk you and you can think like, wow, like, that's them showing love, but like, are they being real with it? Right?
I can't sweet talk, please. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. Let's reverse from the I love yous.
Okay.
So before the I love yous, right? Like, when do you think okay, for labels.
Oh, to say your boyfriend or girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like, to tell people?
Yeah. because I know a lot of people are like, yeah, we're not about the labels. Or, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, he knows what it is. I know what it is. Like, what do you think about that? And
I would say, honestly, I wouldn't go past a month without clarifying what the relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we've been dating for a month, and
mm-hmm.
let's say, we're dating for a month, we've been dating for a month and we go out like, 2-3 times a week? Or two times a week?
Mm-hmm.
We've already been on 8 dates.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't, and there's no...
Mm-hmm.
There's no say as to what we are yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wasting my time anymore. I'm not hitting the 10th date without this being something or nothing.
So counting by dates is important to see how much elevated.
I think so. Because it's like that's because you're measuring the time you spend with each other, right? And if I'm putting in effort and if I'm spending my time getting to know you and like, obviously us building something, I want to know that this is going to go somewhere. And I'm not just like doing this for it to end.
Yeah. True.
Like, right away.
Have you ever been in a situation, however, where you were in that limbo stage of not being, like, of the talking stage?
Yeah, I can't say shit though, because
for more than a month and more than 8 days.
I hate you because Yeah,
but I'm guilty.
That I have.
That's why. Like, shout out to learning.
But that's why I'm saying it now, because I've been there.
Yeah.
Because I've been there, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to be dating and talking to somebody for 3 months.
Yeah.
And not have it be anything.
Bro, I've talked to someone for up to I've actually talked to 2 guys for maybe like 5 or 6 months. Not being claimed as a girlfriend.
6? That's half.
Met parents.
Why? What are you doing?
Met parents.
What the fuck are you doing?
Dirtiness.
What are you doing?
So then that's, it's always around that time though. It's the mid-year epiphanies where I'm like, what am I doing?
No, actually.
And then that's when you put your foot down, and then all of a sudden people want to come up with their excuses like, oh, well, like, you haven't brought it up.
No.
Are you down? I'm not begging to be your girlfriend.
That's too long. Yeah, no, the 3 months for me was already too long. Because it's not like we're just like... It's not like high school where you just see each other in groups and you like one another. It's like you're now spending one-on-one time with each other.
True.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I think that guy likes me. I think, like, it's very clear that you like each other.
Yeah.
You spend one-on-one time with each other.
True.
So, it's like, where is this going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think I would say... I would count it by date.
I think that's valid because it's like, if you feel like it's not going deeper and deeper per date, it's kind of just staying very on the surface. I wouldn't really consider investing my emotions in that.
Me either.
I'm gonna burp.
Sorry guys, we just ate dinner. We ate dinner and we had pizza. And my dad made...
She bought pizza for us.
Yeah.
She's such a great house host. And her dad was like, what if they want rice? What if they want rice? I have barbecue. So we're like, okay, come on.
My dad made us barbecue.
That was so good.
Now we can't stop freaking burping.
I know. But he's okay.
Anyways, okay. Yeah, no, I think a label has to happen. Obviously not like 3 dates in. That I think there's also a too early for that.
Yeah.
But there's also a too late, and it's like,
there's a too late. There's
don't do that to somebody.
Yeah. But hey, I will say there are, okay. So do you think it has to also come with one of the people in the relationship putting their foot down and being like, just letting you know, like, I would want you to ask me to be your girlfriend. Or, you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of guys...
I wouldn't do that.
I know a lot of guys don't... So what if a guy is... Because some people just get comfortable, right? And they're like, what are you talking about? You're my girl. But it's like, but you never told me I'm your girl. But like, oh, but you should know, like, I'm only with you. You know what I mean? Like, when do you think is the right time to kind of lay it down, right? And ask the what are we question.
I think that also speaks to the quality of guy, too, that you're dating. Like, if you're okay with that, if you're okay with the guy just assuming you're something, then be okay with that. But for me personally, if I'm dating a guy, I want their quality to be top notch, and I want them to be emotionally mature enough for them to bring something up like that and not just assume it. Yeah. Because if you're saying like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought, you know, it was already like unsaid that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I think that's very cowardly. Like, I think it's very
that's
cowardly.
What I mean. Like, if they're using that as an excuse, then there has to be something else behind that. Like,
it's either they don't know how to address their emotions. Yeah. Or they're, I don't know, they may have ulterior motives that they don't necessarily, because the minute you bring it into existence, you bring it up, it kind of makes things more serious, and some people aren't ready for that serious attachment. Yeah. But still want to have you on the side. And
listen, some girls are okay with that, and that's fine. But I'm not. But for me, like, I need somebody who's emotionally mature, enough to express their feelings and talk about and to respect me enough to let me know what we are.
Exactly. And I think that's what's so important about self-love and knowing your worth as a woman, is that you're able to know what you deserve and kind of let the other person know, like, you know, enough is enough. Yeah. If this isn't going anywhere, then I know my worth and I'm okay to walk away from this. Yeah. Knowing that I put my, you know. Exactly. Because I remember I was even at a point where I was talking to someone for like 5-6 months. Yeah. And I was just so scared to say, like, so what is it or whatever, just because I didn't want to lose it or whatever, which it wasn't even worth it. But in the moment, right? Like, I didn't know, or I was just too scared to kind of bring it up. And so, yeah, like I ended up getting dragged along, and then man's like, bye. And I said, okay, see you later.
Okay, now that we've talked about, like, at the beginning of the relationship, now we're in the relationship. Okay. And we've already said I love you. When is it appropriate to bring that significant other around your family, or make them, or have them meet your parents? Ooh. Have them meet your parents. How much into the relationship?
So I'm pretty transparent with my parents. Yeah. So they already know if I'm dating someone or if I'm talking to someone. Yeah. Like, with my boyfriend now, I would see him at church, and then I would say to my dad, like, and my dad would be like, okay, shut up. Like, you know, he always thought I was joking, but I'm like, okay, if you say so. But so I always kind of keep my parents with me along the ride and the journey, which I think is cute. But before, obviously, like, I did not have that relationship with them where I'm like, I'm not telling you anything about the guy. Like, I've talked to guys that, like, my parents had no clue about, like, don't even know exists in this world. But I think a good time to meet, I would say, like, around the 3-month mark, I feel. Or 2-3 months, to be honest with you. I feel like just the 3-month mark is very important. That's considered probation in some workspaces, okay? So think of it like that, like a probation period.
You've passed your 3-month probation.
Yeah, then you can meet my family.
I think I was, like, just traumatized after my first boyfriend because I brought him around my family pretty early on. And we dated for like 2-3 years. And so after we broke up, you know, my family already loved him. So, like, after we broke up, you know, my parents would ask, like, oh, how is he? Like, my aunts and uncles would say, oh, how is he? Or, like, when we first broke up, they'd be like, where is blah, blah, blah? Why isn't he coming around anymore? And, like, so I think from then I was just so traumatized that I was like, okay, like, I don't want that for me anymore. Like, I can't bring somebody around my family and have it not work. Yeah. And then have them love somebody and care for somebody, and then put them through the breakup as well, and have them go through, like, letting that person go.
Because you're not only breaking up with that one person, you're breaking up with their family.
Yeah. So I think I was honestly, I think I was so traumatized from that that, like, so then my next boyfriend, we dated for a year, and oh my god, we dated for 2 years, and he never met my family. Oh shit. He met my parents, like, once or twice though. It was never like
a full.
It was never like he came over and like, maybe too subconsciously I knew that he wasn't the one. Maybe
that's usually what it is, to be honest with you. Yeah, when you're really sure about someone, you're confident with showing them to your family. Yeah. So we literally dated for 2 years, and he never met any of my family, just my parents once or twice. Yeah. And those were at, like, already social gatherings. Yeah. But, no.
I think I was just traumatized. That's my first boyfriend.
Oh,
but my boyfriend now, he met my parents. I think maybe it was like 5 months in. 5 months in, because I was still hesitant. You know, I just keep thinking back to when my first breakup happened, and we were like,
it's just messy. Yeah. I know those ones. It's just
it was hard. Yeah. But I think you're right. Once you know, you know.
Yeah. And like you just you
and family means so much to us too. That's why it's not like something we can take lightly and like just bring any guy around.
In case you guys didn't know, we're family girls.
Always family girls.
I think that was mentioned in every single episode. And yeah, me and Em, we're family girls.
One episode we're gonna have our parents on here.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So we were mind you guys, we're both still getting to know each other. Okay, like we're just getting we're also in a relationship, so we're just getting to know each other's parents. And we are dying at the fact that our dads are literally the same person, but just different font.
We were saying that earlier too when we were eating, because I spent more time with her dad first, and then she today like came over and like got to know my dad a little bit more. Yeah. But like I would always say whenever I was with her dad, like your dad is literally my dad. Literally my dad, like to the T. Yeah. And so today when she came over, like he brought us barbecue. He did the routine. He brought Will beer.
And that's what my dad does to Will. Like when Will comes to my house, my dad will give him food or barbecue, and then he'll give him a beer. And then when Tito Rocky did that to Will, I was like, yo, this is my dad. Love that man.
Different font. My dad is Comic Sans, and her dad is Times New Roman.
Times New Roman.
Sponsor time.
Sponsor time.
Sponsor.
I don't know if I can do this.
Today's sponsor is Bruush.
Yee.
Bruush. Bruush, spelled B-R-U-U-S-E, is an electronic toothbrush. First of all, also I switched to electronic toothbrush.
Me too. I have one,
and I love.
I have
so much. People always said like, you know, electronic toothbrushes are for lazy people. They're for lazy people.
I am.
So Bruush is an electronic toothbrush that will change the way you think about brushing your teeth. With powerful sonic technology and ultra gentle bristles, the Bruush redefines what it means to have super clean teeth. So it's like that feeling you get after the dentist, you know, when your mouth is all fun and fresh. Yeah. And you're walking out and you're like,
you know, we don't be doing that before the dentist.
That's what it's like every day with Bruush.
Our listeners get 15% off their total purchase with the code POD15. That is code POD15. Follow the link in the show notes to get your exclusive discount and upgrade your oral care routine.
Yeah.
Bruush. Bruush your fucking teeth, man. If you're listening to this podcast,
and
make
your
sure your
breath stank, turn it off right now.
But you should also use the code. Get 15% off and buy a Bruush.
Yeah. So, now that we've said I love you, or now that we've solidified our boyfriend, girlfriend, we said I love you, they met the rents. When is the first time that you do a little getaway together?
Oh!
Just the two of you. What is the first time you do that?
Wow. I'm trying to think.
Honestly, it's a little bit scary, because it's like...
Yeah.
Man could kill you.
Man could kill you.
Also, I'm a super, 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 like, true crime freak, like, junkie.
What the fuck?
I really am.
What do you mean?
So it's like, that's what I think of. It's like when you go away with your...
I thought you were saying, she's a very freaky gal.
Anyways.
Sorry. 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 Going back to the what?
It's a little scary because it's like, is this man gonna kill you?
True horror story.
Yeah.
True.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah.
But I feel like we're not naive, so we know.
Yeah, of course. Like you can get murderer vibes.
Yeah, but some girls are naive.
True.
Some man will be like, you look beautiful, baby girl. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I die for you. and then he kills you. So it's like,
that's scary.
I know.
With the context of me being a Filipina woman with semi-traditional Filipino parents, I think it's not as quick as I would like for it to be, just to respect my parentals. And for legal purposes, I've never gone away with my boyfriend, ever, just the two of us, always in a group setting.
Me too. Ever.
Yeah, exactly. And if we're going away, it's just we're all together.
Yeah, and it's girls sleeping with girls and guys sleeping with
and there's teachers and permission forms. But yeah, I think I think a good, and it really varies, honestly. I don't have that much experience with it. I would say about a year is pretty solid. Like, I would do like a year anniversary. Yeah. Yeah. Like about a year, like close to a year, depending. But yeah, not too soon. Definitely not too soon. I wouldn't. Yeah. Because it's like, you really don't know a person. As much as things go so fast in a relationship, and like even now, like 2 years into my relationship, like we're still getting to know each other. And I really mean like getting to know the crevices. Because realistically, people, you do not know your partner the way that your parents know your partner. Their kid.
It's true.
You know, like you don't. And my mom always says like the person that they are with you is never going to be the person that they are when they're at home.
It's true. It's true.
Right? So as many games of 21 questions you play with them, like you'll never really know until, you know, you get that like time experience of being with them, and you go through like so many obstacles.
I think about that all the time, because whenever I'm home and like I'm always like, man, you know, is my boyfriend gonna love this part of me when like
True.
he eventually sees this part?
Yeah, I think like that.
Because it's, but then like thinking like that also like kind of motivates you to be different. Like it motivates you to do some internal like renovations. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Because like, for example, I'm not a clean person. Like, I am so messy.
Me either.
And like in every way possible. Okay?
Actually, her room is pretty clean when I go over.
Only when she's there, and I think that was the first time I cleaned it in how long. But my boyfriend is so clean. Like, he's so clean, and like I was just like, bro, this is not gonna work.
No, I think me and my boyfriend are equally.
That's why you have his and her sides.
A little. Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Like, when did you go on your first group getaway?
The first time I went on my first group getaway, and it was just girls and guys, and girls sleeping in the same room, guys sleeping in one room. And it was bunk beds. So we were official in March, and we got away in June.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's
pretty quick.
March, April, May, June, 3 months.
Yeah, he's
all right.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to, but he's also very like, let's get away. True. So, and there's like, but I think though too, on a plane, on a trip, like
yeah,
that's like a whole different ballgame, dude.
Any man can go to Niagara.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
Like
an actual trip.
Actual flight.
I think my first one would have to be a group trip.
Yeah, my parents would never let me.
My
parents just let me go on a friend trip 2 years ago.
And it's so much easier to like, you know, get away with group trips.
Yeah,
but it's not flying. But to get away with a group trip, flying, that's a whole. What are you supposed to say?
Exactly.
Like, what are you supposed to say?
You can't even use like school as an excuse.
Literally. So yeah, no, flying is like a whole different. When do you think this is a very, I think this is a question that there are a lot of different opinions about. Oh. It's very touchy too for some people maybe. When is it appropriate to start talking about the future? About marriage and children?
Ooh.
It's a good one, right?
That's a good one. Me? Cut right to the chase, bro. First date? No, I'm joking.
I mean,
but I'm pretty straight up. I'm just like once I get the vibe that we're exclusive.
Yeah.
You know, I'm quick to talk about the future.
Yeah. And me and my boyfriend say all the time, like, if one of us, because we both obviously want kids, we want a lot of kids. So it's like, if one of us, if we were dating somebody who didn't want kids, like that, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. And
so I think that's
thing.
and that's a serious thing too, right? Yeah. You don't want to continue in a relationship. And I know a few relationships that have ended because,
Yeah.
and they've been dating for a long time.
Yeah.
And the one who did want kids just hoped that down the
Literally,
road
I
they
know a
change their
couple like
mind.
that. Yeah.
But it's like, it's hard. Like,
it's so hard. And like, that's like going back to last week's episode, like a non-negotiable. Like, these are things that you need to genuinely consider at the beginning of a relationship. As much as you want to be selfish and move forward based on emotional impulse, like you have to really think about these things, because they'll take a huge toll later on, like in the relationship.
It's true.
You know. Yeah.
No, I think it's definitely a thing if, you know, if the guy that I'm dating didn't want to get married or didn't want to have kids, like that's...
Yeah. And like, I feel like people who get, like, at this age, like, if you're scared to talk about the future with someone, then that already would be like, red flag. You're not...
Stick to Tinder.
Yeah,
Stick
seriously.
to Tinder,
like, you're not
friend.
serious. You know, like, you're not, you're just in it for fun. And if you are, then state your intention from the beginning.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm all for, like, laying out your cards, be like, this is who I am, and
this is what I want.
Take it or leave it. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
yeah. Okay. All right. When is the first time you talk about religion when you're dating somebody?
Right
I think away. Yeah, I think that's something that needs to get done right in the beginning, not even just the beginning of official, but like at the beginning of
just talking.
Like
dating. When you're still forming like your friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's important. Just so you get like a good grasp of like the person and kind of. But what about people who are not religious? Or, okay, well, I guess that would be a non-negotiable then.
The first time that they're included in your family group chat. I think, for me, it's when we're married. You can't come in that group chat yet. I'm sorry.
Bro, so Will's in my family group chat. But first I was like...
What?
First I was like... oh yeah, now it's on. First I was like, oh my gosh, like... But mind you,
you added him? Or
I'm not adding him. I never added him. My family added him. And wait, did I add you? I didn't add you. I think my cousins added him because we were all playing Among Us. This was during Among Us. But he's in like some of my friends' group chats. Like, I never add Will, okay? I'm never like, let me add my boyfriend. No, it's okay.
Wow.
I'm all for friends having their own circles, you know, and like having their own separate worlds. But, you know, I can't help it. If my friends and family love Will, then that's just a bonus for me. But, you know, just know I'm just going to create another group chat.
No, my cousin's group chat, like, they've only entered, like, my older cousins, their significant others are in there, but they're already married. But they were in there even before they were married, but they've been together for, like, years. Like, it was very clear that it was...
Yeah, for the long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think my boyfriend, sorry, no, he probably won't enter the group chat until, like...
You can't even get in.
How are you gonna hate from outside of the club?
You can't even get in.
Oh, for the ladies, what is the first time you let your significant other see you without makeup?
Oh, I think it is...
That takes me a little bit.
I think it's depending, though. Like, if... Me, personally, I didn't mind just because I didn't wear, like, heavy makeup.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I lied. Me without the brows?
Yeah, no. The eyebrows? Even
Me without my eyebrows is a different person.
Even to this day, I'm still, like, so self-conscious.
Yeah.
About not having eyebrows.
I
cannot wear anything on my face, but my eyebrows have to be on.
Yeah, the eyebrows are important.
Yeah.
But I just did it slowly. Like, slowly, I'm like, I'm not going to wear foundation today. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to wear mascara and eyebrows. And then I'm like, oh, no mascara. And then, oh, no eyebrows. And it was just still the same reaction every time. So, you know. When do you think is the first... When do you think is too soon to have a big fight? When is it too early that it's alarming? Yes, there we go. You're such a good speaker.
Okay, when is it too soon that it's alarming?
To have a big fight.
I think in the first month. I think in the first month, if you're already having like big fights to the point where like you're like saying nasty things to each other and then you're like not speaking. I think that's that's a little bit of a red flag.
That's a
yeah.
Because that's just like such a turn. Because you don't know each other that much.
I think that's something to note.
I'm not like if you have a big fight like that,
mm-hmm.
and it's just within the first month, it's like genuinely, what are you fighting for?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have that much of a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you fighting for? You're not fighting for the relationship because there is none really. So what are you fighting for? If anything, you're just fighting for your own ego and pride because you don't want to be disrespected. Which fine, but realistically, you can step away from that situation.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think within the first, honestly though, like even up to 3 months, I feel like 3 months is like a solid like honeymoon beginning, like real like you know, where you're really showing like your best side and you're trying to control your anger if anything and stuff. And so if you're already like having like serious toxic fights within that time, cut that off. Yeah, that's just foreseeing the rest of the relationship.
Yeah. And I think it's important to note the magnitude of your fights, because if they're only getting more intense, then there's a problem. Because as your relationship goes on, I think your communication should start getting better. Your communication should start, you should be able to understand that person more and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So I think it doesn't even matter of the amount of fights that you have, but if the intensity is increasing or decreasing.
What was the worst fight you've ever been in with a partner?
Don't ask.
She said, "Don't qualify for the podcast."
Just kidding. The worst fight, like with somebody who was my boyfriend or somebody who I was just talking to.
You could do both. Whatever scenario popped into your head when I asked you that question. I'm asking too much.
I was talking to this one guy, and it was already near the end of it. Like, it was very clear that it probably just wasn't going to work out. But I think he wanted to fix things, and I didn't. And so it wasn't even the argument prior to that. It was that argument of him wanting to fix it and me not wanting to fix it, where it got a little rough. Voices were raised, car doors were slammed. So I think that was probably the most traumatizing, worst fight.
Wow.
That I've ever found myself in.
My apologies. I did not mean to put that up for you.
No, it's okay. Yeah. It's sure right. But other than that, like, the worst relationship fights that I do get into is like where we won't talk for like a while. Yeah. Not a while. Like, if we're not talking for days.
Yeah, no. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
No comprending. I mean, no bueno. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassing.
How are you?
Damn, son. Worst fight, I think, in my long-term relationship, 4 years, we just had some crazy, scary fights. Like,
oh my god,
the most like toxic fights, and it just kept getting more toxic and more toxic. Like,
the intensity increased.
The intensity was just like scary, and like because we were so wrapped into it, like I think that was like Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah,
it was like that. It was literally like that. It was like, it would start off with like something small, petty, like quiet. And then I started off with the beautiful words of, I find it funny how, and then it goes, and then it's resent and like fighting, slamming, like the worst, like storming out. That was my favorite move back then. I love storming out. Like, especially when you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to wait for you.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I would wait for a washroom break. And I'm cutting.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so that was that. But yeah wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, so there are a lot of relationship firsts that are important and monumental, people.
Yeah, we think you should just pace it out, but
take your time. There's no rush.
But don't
age is just a number.
Yeah, don't be afraid to be vulnerable though. Don't feel like you have to time everything at the same time, right? Like, if you feel like it's the time to share your feelings, share your feelings.
Yeah, and with love, it's so cliche, but when you know you know. Like, it's so cliche, but it's very, very, very true. Once you know, you just know.
I love love, bro. I love love. I love seeing people in love. I love when people talk about
Oh, her and her boyfriend are so in love, and that's the cutest things ever. They just started singing the same song.
Okay, people,
out of nowhere, they just both burst.
She doesn't respect my man.
Burst into the same song, and I'm like, that was so cute. We love love. We love love, though. Oh my gosh, we did our first video.
Yeah! I'm literally regretting it, and I told Tina, like, I don't know how we're gonna do this because I see on TikTok or like, you know, a lot of podcasters, they do like side profs, and I can't do that because I got double chin, and so I'm trying to this view better be good, and if my double chin pops up too much, mind your business.
I think both of us are very insecure about our side views. My nose is very flat, so my side is just like, it looks like someone sat on my face.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah.
This girl said, yeah,
she's a very freaky gal. No, I'm joking. This is a lot, and this has happened so fast, but that's what's so fun about it. We don't even like overthink everything. We kind of just like, yeah, we should do this. We should do this.
Seriously, one of our friends, Miss Doris. Shout out to Doris.
Doris Adele.
She's a real one. She's been writing for our podcast since the beginning.
Yeah. She's
a real one. Before we started filming, she asked us, how did we get this started? And honestly, we just threw it together really fast. Mm-hmm. And
because like we're busy. Like honestly, like
yeah,
you like this. What we're doing right now, I'm so proud every single day of how we pull it off, because me and Tina have such busy ass schedules. Like we're working, and she's even in school, and like for us to even like communicate while doing the things that we already do about the podcast, it's like
I'm telling you, by the grace of God,
truly.
So Jesus
like,
Christ,
I don't know. So yeah, I'm glad you love listening to us. Let us know. We're still, you know, fresh in the game.
We also love hearing your feedback. We also, don't be shy. Send us a DM. We love hearing your feedback. We really do.
Yeah.
It does really give us a little bit of a boost to do this stuff. So
a huge shout out to my mans for putting together this production. It's a big deal. You know, we could have just recorded on a Logitech webcam and, you know,
we could have just set up our iPhone on our little selfie ring.
Light ring. Or done another IG live, but no. Yeah. You know, he brought in the big dogs.
The big dogs. If you have not already, I would advise that you follow our Instagram account.
One for the girls, GRLS.
And now, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to episode 5 of One for the Girls. We'll be back next Sunday for another episode.